Thank you everyone for joining us today. This is a landmark event both for Conti Federal as well as the Orlando community. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce the Honorable Mayor Jerry L. Demings.
All right, good afternoon to all of you. This is the second ribbon cutting event that I've participated in today. One of our wastewater facilities in West Orange County. We christened that facility today, and so I'm honored to be here. Let me just say to Pete Charabelli, thank you for bringing your company here into the area. And I also do recognize Captain Covelli with NOC TSD and the work that they're doing here. A couple of people that I brought with me today, my Chief of Staff, Ms. Roseanne Harrington, joins me, and Mr. Eric Ushkowitz, who primarily works with our economic development. It's all about collaboration here within our community, and we like to say that we focus on innovation, collaboration, and inclusion in this community as we're building a community that will be the experimental prototype community of tomorrow. So if you have ever seen the acronym EPCOT, it is all about the innovation, modeling, simulation, and training. And here within the research part, I think we are regarded as perhaps the fifth largest research park in the nation. A lot of innovation is going on here to prepare war fighters. And so whenever we see high-tech companies that are coming into the area, as well as construction, financial services, it means something to us because you are contributing to our economy, and this is how our families get paid. And for those of you who work for the company, let me just see your hands if you live somewhere here in Orange County. Okay, if you live in Orange County. Now, the rest of you who work for the company, raise your hands. So all of you who raise your hands, secondly, we want you to move here with the company. The ones that are living here, I have to be really nice to them because they get to vote for me if they live anywhere in Orange County. Orange County here is a 1,000 square mile county, and it has 13 municipalities within it. Orlando is the largest one. But the majority of our 1.4 million residents don't live in any city. They live in the unincorporated area, and hence I get to represent those who live in the cities and those who live in the unincorporated areas as well. So we're growing. We're growing in this community by nearly a net of about 1,000 new residents every day. That creates some significant challenges for us to keep everything moving. But I have the privilege of working in this community to make certain that we are preparing for the future. One of the things that we are focused on here is building and improving our transportation infrastructure. So when I talked to Mr. Ceribelli, one of the things that he said was that what attracted the company to this area was the fact that we had a good transportation network. Primarily, we have a great international airport here, but we also are striving to improve the connectivity across this 1,000 square mile county where people do not have to depend on automobiles. So we want to do something transformative. I have a whole sales tax initiative that will be advanced to the ballot in November of 2022 that will hopefully provide the funding, the dedicated funding for us to be able to improve our transportation network so that we have a system that can not be rivaled anywhere around the country or around the world. We want to do some pretty innovative things here. So you'll hear much more about that in this community. But let me just say to our partners with Tim Giuliani with the Orlando Economic Partnership, you're going to hear from him in just a few moments. We have a great partnership to try to recruit new businesses here into the area who are willing to invest into our local economy. And so I can tell you that we're excited whenever we have high wage jobs coming into the area. And I know that the average wage of the jobs here, those of you who will be working in this facility, is somewhere around $100,000. So those are the types of jobs that we want to see. We are dominated here by the tourism industry, and unfortunately, in the tourism industry, many of the jobs are service related. They are low wage jobs, even though that's improving in our community as well. So I am here to just say thank you on behalf of the 1.4 million people who call Orange County home. Thank you for your trust and your willingness to invest in our community. And again, I will conclude by saying that we want those of you who do not live here to consider moving here. We have a great university here with the University of Central Florida that is absolutely critical to the talent pool here within the area. And I've done coursework there, but I actually graduated from Florida State University. But I can tell you that we have well-trained individuals who are ready, willing, and capable of doing the work that needs to be done here in the STEM-focused jobs. And so any UCF graduates here, by the way? Okay. Go Knights, all right? All right. Thank you all very much, and I'm going to turn it back over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mayor. I would now like to introduce the President and CEO of the Orlando Economic Partnership, Tim Giuliani.
All right, the good news is the mayor and I get to do this all the time. Welcome. Thank you. I could tell some real brainiacs here choosing Orlando over New Jersey. I hope you can handle the humor. We're glad to have you, and congratulations. You know, we kind of joke of, people joke Chamber of Commerce days, and we have nothing to do with the weather. We have everything to do with helping companies make good decisions and grow their business and grow it here in Orlando, in Orange County. Obviously, in the heart here of what is our aerospace and defense industry, seeing another company kind of gravitate to that, gravitate to the business climate, not only at the state, but I'd say locally to even greater, lost my words, to a greater extent, particularly as our community has really managed to rebound and thrive and continue to grow through this period of uncertainty. And as you looked for certainty and where to invest, not only from a living standpoint, but a growth standpoint for the company, we're glad you saw all the reasons why Orlando is so important and such a good option. I know Casey from our team has enjoyed this relationship and working to help your company grow and expand and see the options and the opportunity here, not only from what is at least, just our military partners, at least a $6 billion industry here in modeling, simulation, aerospace, defense, but it goes much broader than that into the private sector. And this geographic area being so close to the springs that we have here in Florida, but also the springs of talent and the people that we hope come to work for you. And as you grow the company, add more high wage jobs to our community, we're glad you're part of the Orlando success story now, the Orange County success story now. And just to all of you that have been involved in this or may have flown over from Israel to be part of today's celebrations, I just want to say congratulations on the move and welcome. Thank you.
And without further ado, I turn the podium over to Conti Federal's own CEO, Peter Charabelli.
Thank you, Meredith, and good afternoon. On behalf of the entire Conti team, I want to welcome everyone and thank you for being here today. It's a very exciting day for not only Conti, but for the community that we've chosen to relocate into. I did want to clarify something, though. The mayor told me specifically that he arranged for the weather today, so I'm not sure if there's a conflict there. Oh, it's him. Yeah, it's what he told me. He assured me that he was taking care of that. Again, not a tough way to convince people to move down here on a day like today, right, sir? Again, I want to extend my deepest thanks to Mayor Demings and to Tim. We couldn't have done this without you all. I specifically want to recognize Casey Evans. Her name came up today. Casey, would you just raise your hand? She was tireless in helping us to identify locations and, cross things off our list and add things to the list. You have a gem in this young lady. She's done a unbelievably professional job, and this was not to come off without the hard work that she did. And again, you guys have been incredibly gracious in welcoming us to the community, and we really appreciate the leadership that you brought to this moment. And from the time that we first considered this move, we are undergoing a very significant growth strategy. Over the course of the next 2 to 3 years, we expect to double or triple the size of our business. And with that, and when we look at the type of things that we need, any edge you can get is critical for us. And as I was telling the mayor before today's proceedings, I said, there's 3 things that really attracted us here. First and foremost was the business-friendly climate. Everybody we've talked to, everybody we've engaged with has been incredibly helpful, and it's very clear that this is a community that understands how to support business and help it grow and maintain its vitality. Secondly, and the mayor touched on this a bit, is the talent pool that exists in this area. It's tremendous, and we've already reached out to a number of the universities. We're developing internship programs with 3 or 4 local ones, and we intend to continue to grow those relationships. And then finally, we mentioned the transportation network and the infrastructure. We're a global business. We have to be able to get on airplanes and get to our project sites quickly and efficiently, and the environment here affords us the opportunity to do that. Of all the values we live by, and a number of them are very well aligned with the local community here, entrepreneurship and innovation, learning and progress, and most importantly, integrity. And the way that we've been treated throughout this process really embodies those core values of ours and reflects certainly what the city and the community push as well. We're thrilled to be joining the community of like-minded businesses. You can just kind of feel the palpable energy level in this community when you come into it. It's contagious. It makes you want to be here and spend time here. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. And much different than I think a lot of us have been accustomed to over the course of the past several years. Over the next several years, we will create several dozen high-paying jobs. In fact, Lou Zecca is our COO here. He and I were walking through the office yesterday, and we said we're almost out of space. So thankfully, we have an option on the adjacent suite until next March. We can make a decision to expand into that suite. So we're pretty happy. That's a good problem for us to have, right? We're not the first company to lay down our roots in this new area and bring jobs with it, but what's different about us is how we approach doing this and what it means for our new neighbors. Since our start as a small family business in 1906, we've always treated our employees and our partners as extension of our family. And now, 115 years later, we're looking forward to adding the Orlando community as the newest member of our family. So as we start this relationship, I asked my Conti colleagues the following question: how can we be the best neighbor? The door to my office in this building is open. It will continue to be open. And as we grow our relationship, I'll keep asking, how can we be better neighbors, community members, and business partners? And with that, I will ask Lou and Aldo to come up, and we'll do the ribbon cutting. And again, I thank everybody for their attendance here today. That's an applause. My team, come on. Sir, you want to do the honors?
I'll go on you.
We'll do it together? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hold on.
Tell them Giuliani.
Ready?
No cutting yet. Big smile.
Okay.
Get those scissors ready. You can get the scissors on the.
Okay.
There we go. Good. Big smile.
I don't want to cut
You
content.
ready? They're really good. Video's ready.
1, 2, 3.
All
right.
There we go.
Don't run with it.
Insurance purposes.
Don't run with it.
Congratulations, sir.
Dennis, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir.
We've got
Thank you very much.
light refreshments
Yes, we do.
inside. If you'd all join us, we want to show off our digs a little bit, give you a sense for what we do. Awesome.
From the entire Conti Federal team, we thank you once again for joining us in this momentous occasion. Please join us for some refreshments and camaraderie in our new Orlando headquarters.